What's up, everybody? It's your boy, the Noob. 2019 is turning out to be the year where a lot of franchises are ending. We've got the Marvel world where a lot of superheroes are going to be retiring after Endgame. And it made me start thinking that maybe, just maybe, DC should think about this as well, retiring some of their bigger players. Now, this might be an unpopular opinion, but I think it's time to retire the big two of the DC. I'm talking about Batman and Superman. I think it might be time for them to take a break. Now, you might be wondering, why am I having this thought? Well, let me give you a bit of a backstory. Recently, this year alone, I'm even including December, DC has had a lot of standalone films that, in my opinion, have been doing better. The two big ones I can think of off the top of my head are Shazam and Aquaman. Both of them were entertaining. Aquaman was action-y and really didn't have any tie-in to the ill-mannered Justice League. They made a little note about it, but really wasn't, in the story of that. And then you had Shazam, which really didn't give any indications it was in the DC universe. I mean, there was the Batarang, there was the spoiler Superman showing up at the very, very end. But these two movies on their own did very well. And then even if you go back a little further and include Wonder Woman, which quite frankly did extremely well, these three films, which weren't really tie-ins to the Justice League, did better. So it made me start thinking, maybe it's time for Batman and Superman to take a break. Back in the, I believe it was 70s and 80s, we had the Christopher Reeve Superman. And those, in my opinion, are the best Superman out there. I can watch those all day long. They were motivational. They were great. Until we got to, I think it was Superman 5 with Richard Pryor. And at that point, they said, all right, folks, let's stop. Let's take it a break. And we really didn't get a Superman in the movies till, God, when was it? Early 2000s? So there was a break there, and then, it really reinvigorated Superman in the movie theaters. Now then, let's take Batman. 1980s. I'm talking the Tim Burton Batman 1 and 2, and then eventually we got the Schumacher Batman that kind of ended it for us, which, what was it, Batman Forever? With some of the dumbest things ever. Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze.
What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age!
And a Batman credit card?
7 million. Never leave the cave without it.
And then we stopped. We didn't have a Batman film until Christopher Nolan's Batman with Christian Bale as Bruce Wayne. See, the time gaps between the revival of the Superman Batman stories, I think, helped make these movies stand out more. And being with movies and movie theaters being flooded with all sorts of superhero films, I think maybe DC might have a better chance in the movie theaters if they take their two big boys, Batman and Superman, and let them, sit on the sidelines for a while. Let some of the misfits come out and play. Now, there's going to be people who are going, oh, well, the DC Universe ain't going to do well if we ain't got Batman and Superman. Come on, folks. Do you know how many characters there are in the background that DC could easily play with? There's already talks of the Wonder Woman 1984, which is probably going to do really well. There's been rumors of a Green Lantern Corps movie. In my opinion, we could have Lobo. There's already the Joaquin Phoenix Joker, which I originally wasn't on board with until I saw this trailer. And by God, I am going to want to see this new one, which I will talk about in another film later on. See, I think DC needs to borrow a little thought from Marvel. And before anyone argues, yes, DC steals from Marvel, Marvel steals from DC. It always has happened. But there was a group of misfits that nobody had heard of in the Marvel Universe. I think you know them as Guardians of the Galaxy. Let's have DC find ourselves a misfit group and make movies on them. My personal opinion, I want the DC Dark Universe. I'm talking Constantine, Swamp Thing, Seldova, I believe is her name. These are characters that deal with the magical side of DC. And now that we've had Shazam, that is easily opening the door up to the magical side of DC. I think they need to re-look at these characters, especially Constantine. No offense to Keanu Reeves, but that was not the Constantine I love. I love the Dark Constantine. The one that we get in the comics. That one. If we can get a movie on that one, I would watch that all day long, and that could easily do justice. Now, I'm not saying that we should wipe away Batman and Superman. I just think we need to have them on the sidelines. Shazam is a great example. Even though we're not sure which actor is going to be playing Superman in the next couple installments, they still had that tiny bit of a cameo. They had that body double stand-in, but he had the tights and everything. And you didn't see his face, but it was just enough of Superman in there. And now Batman could be around. He is a rich billionaire. He does a lot for the Justice League. You can have all these minor characters that he could be trying to recruit. I don't want to make this, comparison, but Batman doesn't need to be around, but he could easily be showing up and saying, hey, want to join the Justice League? It would be no issue. Folks, what I'm trying to get at is maybe DC would have a better shot at competing with the Marvel Universe if maybe they took a sidestep back from their major two and brought out some of the side characters. There are so many comics out there of characters that they can play with. And I'm not talking the big ones. I'm not talking, like I said, Batman, Superman. They could stop Wonder Woman. They can do maybe one more Aquaman. Maybe a Flash. I don't know. I'm still not sure on that one because the rumors is Flashpoint, and I don't think we need a reset. But there's so many others that they could bring out that DC really, really needs to invest in. Folks, I'm the Noob. I know this video is just me talking about what DC could do and how they should treat the two big boys. But in my opinion, they need to retire them. I know there's going to be the hardcore Batman, Superman fanboys who are going to be like, no, we can't retire them. Never. Must have Batman forever. You can't oversaturate without getting a little bored. So maybe, just maybe, let's let these boys take a vacation. Folks, I'm the Noob. Thank you for joining me, and I'll catch you later. See ya.